Oh, here you go. You can get a digital clapboard for only $400. See, that's more economical.
Is that so long as you have a
Hey, we're finally here. It's finally working. We're finally here and it's finally working. Oh. All right, guys, we're live.
Yay!
Awesome.
I tend to think what Bunker said. There's a little interaction issue right now between whatever they did with Twitch and just, hey, we're finally here. It's finally working. Hey, you got to turn off my sound.
all the technical difficulties that we've had?
Oh, it's one of those days. We're only 20 minutes late, so thank you everybody for sticking around if you did. We got a bunch of fun things today. RW may or may not make it with us this evening. He was going to give us a little rundown on Alpha Clone goodies and all his fun. So now that we're here, I'm going to open a beer because I need one.
I don't blame you.
So yeah. So Gommel, I want to tell you, I've been having a blast playing freaking 7 days.
Isn't that one of the most fun games ever?
It is. It is. It is a lot of fun. But so also I got my Rorqual today all fitted out.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
it's fucking insane how much money you can still make with a Rorqual. So
How much? You're making me jealous.
Oh, you make bank, man. Seriously.
2 hours 20 minutes. I had a $250 million, and in about 4 hours I had $500 million.
God damn.
Wow.
I put it on a little stopwatch and off we went. So that's that's what happened. So it was good. It's good. So even with the 33% nerf, you're still making bank with the Rorqual. So if you don't have one, you need to get one in Eve.
For the wormhole, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the wormhole. That's a great place.
All my wormhole workrolling I'll do.
Yeah, not. You won't do any. That's
No.
what Sov Space is for.
Now I hear the wormhole. I hear that whole squad has been playing 7 Days to Die.
Well, where have they
This is
been?
something I didn't know. On another server, apparently.
What a bunch of dum-dums. They should be with you.
What a bunch of ass biscuits.
Ass biscuits. So Bunker, you have been gone for fucking ever. What have you been doing? And by the way, your stream stopped.
Yeah, so it did the whole thing where it crashed and then reset all my settings again for no apparent reason. So I'm working on that.
Hey, Sabertooth. By the way, reminder to everybody out there, if you are subscribing with Amazon Prime, you have to resubscribe every single freaking month.
Fun.
Look, I had to do mine. I just did mine.
Yeah, so what I've been up to, I've been super busy with school, finishing up grad school, and as you know, that takes up a lot of time, and everything's a night class. So Tuesday night classes just destroyed my ability to do these shows, which sucks. Other than that, just been working a lot. So, but I'm done. No more night classes, so I'm back on.
Yay! Nice.
I actually have some free time.
Alrighty. I had to do my resub.
Yeah.
Oh, here he comes, Hypno Kitty. My 12-month subscription. So yeah, so out there, click those buttons if you haven't clicked them or you've forgotten. So Bunker, so next semester is it going to be the same, or are you going to be back with us?
No, so I'm not running classes next semester. I'm doing like a project kind of thing, so
Oh, cool.
I'll be free.
Excellent. It'll be nice to have you back.
Yeah.
Let's go around the room real quick. Hey, Atramentor, how you doing, man? Nice of you to join us. So what did everybody get for Christmas? Let's start with you, Zarker. You anything good?
Oh boy, I got a lot for Christmas. Best thing I got. Oh man, spend time with my kid. That was the
All right.
best thing.
That's
Yeah.
good. McLeod?
Aww.
I got a few kind of cool things. I mean, I got a bracket like for my monitors, so like I need to sort that out. Like a new desk, which I need to kind of get delivery of. A couple of other things, but yeah, mainly that kind of thing. Just basically like sorting out my streaming setup and my like system to look more pro and pimp.
Nice.
Pro and pimp. What do you have to do to make it look more pro and pimp?
Well,
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
what I'm
just,
curious about.
firstly, you can't just have monitors on their default stands. Like that's
True.
just lame.
True.
You need to have a single clamp stand with like your monitors coming out from that to start off with. Secondly, you need to have like your lighting all set up and sorted, like in terms of streaming, and that's basically like, I mean, if you're gonna do it right, you need to have like what's called a 3-point lighting system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got like good, decent halogen kind of lamps above my head, so I'm just basically having two. So I kind of got that sorted out. Like IKEA is really helpful for that. And yeah, like the current kind of desk that I have is like a glass desk. You can probably hear it. But the thing is, like the whole stand on it is just like, can you hear the fucking squeaking?
Yeah, that's how you know it's good, right?
No, that's how you know it's fucked up.
I think you need a little bit of WD-40 maybe.
It's past that. It's way past that. It's like if I put WD-40, chances are it'll just it'll just literally unfold itself in some way, shape, or form. I don't know.
So then you need some duct tape. Is that what you're telling me?
I generally just need a new desk, and that's what IKEA is going to help me with. So
I would recommend the
IKEA.
Gannett style desk, but apparently they don't make those anymore. Very sad.
You guys got IKEA over there in Britain?
yeah, bro.
I bet you they have it in Sweden too.
I don't know. That sounds too mainstream for them.
Yeah,
to
I
have
don't
something
know.
else.
I just have the old style wood desk, man. How about you, Gommel? Did you get anything good?
Let's see. I got some rather interesting gifts. I got a power supply, 1,000-watt power supply, which is going
Nice.
to be all kinds of useful because I've been having some power supply issues with my computer. So I'm gonna actually split my current computer into two, because the one I'm on right now, it serves several purposes. It's my streaming rig and my gaming computer, but it also serves all the media files to my computer network. So I'm gonna split those high capacity drives out and put them into a case with probably something better. Maybe I'll even learn Linux, who knows.
Linux. I love Linux, by the way. Need some help there? Let me know.
Well, I gotta build a file server a media server really, and then hopefully have enough computing power left over to maybe run a game of like Don't Starve Together or something like that.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Bunker.
Awesome.
We do you?
So Christmas was very lucrative this year. So part of this was a Christmas gift. Part of this I put in a big chunk of cash for. But I finally upgraded my PC build.
Yeah.
So now I'm running a 6850K with a 1080 and liquid cooling and a bunch of M.2 SSD and a bunch of other stuff. So that was much needed because my other build was just like dying. I could barely play Battlefield 1.
Wow.
It was like low settings and it was like 100% CPU usage. It's like, oh, well, yeah, that needs to be done. So that was most of it. And I also got a new headset. So it's actually this one. So it's an Astro A40 with the preamp. And it's pretty good so far.
Nice.
So mostly computer stuff.
I've been hearing more and more people buying those Astros.
Yeah, because like originally I got it because like I needed a new headset, and it works for both the PlayStation and the computer. So like I have two headsets, one for each. So like maybe I can consolidate. And the sound quality is really nice, and I've been loving it.
Cool. That's your mentor? Win, you out? Just listening, just hanging? Just hanging. So we had a question there, Saber. What? Sabertooth Nishroba. I think I got it there. If I said that wrong, let me know, guys. He wanted to know he's going to fly a Rourke pretty soon, blow the bank on it. Mine, I estimate, is a 15 billion fit for the Rourke. Although I had most of the parts. So it didn't cost me that much. It really cost me for the excavator drones, right? But the excavator drones just kick ass when you've got your industrial on. So I mean, they're pulling every 90 seconds 274 M3 times 5. So,
Damn.
So and you know, they don't move super fast, but I have a fit that makes them run a little faster. And it's pretty good. I was really pleased to pull down 500 million in a couple hours today. I mean, I was really impressed. So
you just need one of those command destroyers to warp bubble your drones around. Or not warp bubble, but drag them about.
No, you don't really need to. You can. I mean, you have plenty of time. The asteroids are close enough. So no command destroyers coming in, warping our drones away.
See, this is no fun, though.
It's not wormhole space, okay? Get over it, Bunker. Wormhole space
doesn't actually
sucks.
happen. Yeah, all those Rourke rolls that happen in wormhole space, yeah.
I had this Rourke is the this Rourke is the Rourke I had in the wormhole.
Was it?
Yeah.
You should have just left it. I'll take it gladly.
Yeah, well, somebody left it and gave it to me, so I took it.
If only I can get more capitals just left. And
I forget who did that. I forget whose it was. I don't even remember. So, Gommel joined us today because he's got a big thing going in Atlas Reactor, and I think we wanted to talk about Atlas Reactor a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you guys don't mind pivoting to that topic, I think
I did. Work rolls are boring.
Rourke rolls are a little boring, and Atlas Reactor is actually quite fun. It's a really snappy. It's tough to describe. It's like a cross between a MOBA and Frozen Synapse with a dash of speed chess. And yeah, I mean, it's a really cleverly designed game. It involves a lot of mind games and outthinking your opponent. There's a lot of counterplay involved, if I think that's the word that they use. So you don't just have to shoot at your opponent, but you also have to kind of guess and second guess what their moves are. So what I'm trying to do is get as many people as soon as someone finishes typing. Jesus shit.
Who's typing so quick?
Oh, okay. But yeah, what I'm trying to do is get a team of people to compete, excuse me, in both North American and the EU leagues. And there's currently 2 leagues in presently that run Atlas reactors. So anyone who wants to try and represent the Imperium should contact me, because it's really not like most esports crews where they're all about practicing all the time. We're very casual. We like to have a wide roster so that if someone can't make a match, there'll be someone waiting in the wings to act as a sub. And just want to have a group of people to play the game together and have fun.
Cool. So you're putting like a real team to do like real esports, but casual fun, like.
Yes, exactly. And I'm sure people probably think that that's a really, really difficult or borderline impossible thing to do, but it really isn't, because the way the game is set up, a match is only 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops.
Mm-hmm.
So you can casually play for an hour and actually have a meaningful and productive practice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can. I mean, think about like everything that people do in like little private leagues, right? Like, you know, if people have their bowling league, they still have those, amazingly. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, we used to play in a laser tag league when we were first married, my wife and I, with a bunch of our friends.
Nice.
And I mean, there's all kinds of things that you do. I really think esports is going to kind of develop into that as we move forward. So exactly what you're talking about, I think, is really kind of the next step.
And this game has been picked up not only by the ESL, but there's a player-run league called Prep Phase, and Trion. I think Trion is trying to use this game to regain a bit of goodwill after losing so much of it over ArcheAge. So I think Trion is really trying to make this happen, and they've been putting prize money toward the prize purse for both leagues.
Cool. Yeah, see, when we did the Imperium tournament in EVE a couple weeks ago, it really hit me as, wouldn't it be fun to do something like that and have just little skirmish games on, you know, one evening every other week, you know, just fun. Hey, we're, you know, fighting each other. Little 5-man, 6-man teams, right? And I think, you know, like I said, what you're doing is kind of that evolution, and I think EVE will evolve into some of that too.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a really awesome thing to see. I wish I could speak more to that. I have been winning EVE a bit over the past year. I'm looking to come back. I really am. It's just a matter of finding the time. I'm still trying to pour through my calendar and try and figure out how to make EVE Online work with a streaming schedule.
So I'm always doing like a bunch of things while I'm over here, not always paying attention to every word said. Did you tell people how to get in touch with you to join in?
Oh, well, yes. If you are interested in joining our Atlas Reactor squad, the best thing that you could do is contact me on the Imperium Discord, and that can be found at discord.gg/Imperium. And I'm also on the Discord servers for Atlas Reactor, the ESL, and the Prep Phase leagues. So if you can't find me, you can always just search any of those for Gommel Knox, Gommel space Nox. You can search any of those servers and you'll find me. And if that doesn't work, smoke signals, or I mean, you can send me a whisper on Twitch, or a private message on Twitter. My username on both is Accessible Gamer, or hell, just send me an email at accessiblegamer@accessiblegamer.com. I really would like to see the Imperium kind of plant its flag in this. So we're looking to fill some spots in both EU and North American time zones.
Cool. That'd be great. I hope you have some luck filling those teams out and have a good time. And people hopefully will send you some smoke signals, as Caleb. Caleb apparently is sending smoke signals today. Hey, Caleb, just so you know, you can always just drop down into the channel and start chatting with us. We know you have access to Discord. Just come be part of the clan. Grab a drink and hang out with us. I mean, that's kind of the fun that we're trying to do here.
Thank you.
Got anything else, Gommel, on that? I mean, 7 days has been fantastic. I've actually been through a couple of those big days where the Horde comes.
Nights?
Oh my God. If you guys haven't played 7 days, guys, you got to get it. You got to play it. It's fun.
It's so cheap right now, too. I mean, with the Steam Winter Sale, both games, actually, Atlas Reactor is only $20, and that's like a one-time buy, which is kind of nice compared to other MMOs where you either have to like pay a monthly fee, or all the good stuff is hidden behind a paywall, and in order to be competitive, you have to throw money all the time. But Atlas Reactor has like it's free to play, and you have access to a rotating set of freelancers, just like in say League of Legends. And if you want to have access to all of them, you pay a one-time $30 buy-in, or it's $20 now because of the Steam sale. So, and that's all you ever have to pay. And everything else in the game is just like cosmetics, skins, and taunts and things like that, which are obviously not necessary unless you are into that sort of thing.
Cool.
Very nice.
And 7 Days to Die, I mean, that game is on sale at Steam for, I think, $10 US, £7 in Britain. And you can actually buy a 2-pack for $15 for those of you guys who have friends.
I have no friends.
Burn.
Hey, Caleb.
Hey, Caleb. Thanks for joining us, man. You're always welcome,
Hey,
man. If you're in, whenever we do the show, if you're in Imperium Discord, we'll fill up the side there till we can't fit any more people in. Because it's really, just kind of a couple guys hanging out, having a few drinks, talking about games.
How fitting, I brought my mimosas.
Oh, excellent.
Hey, nice.
So one of the things RW was going to talk about is RW has spent a couple weeks trying to be an alpha in EVE. How did that go, RW?
Well,
He hated
really
it.
for the new player, yeah. I mean, it was, oh my God, it's to be an alpha full time would just absolutely suck. And the reasons why, I mean, really, is just EVE is it's a very complex game, but yet once you can adapt to it, it will just suck the life out of you and keep you in it and never let you out of it.
That's why Gommel's been winning. He hasn't been playing. Just so you know.
I was about to say you should be a a marketing guy for CCP.
Well,
Yeah,
no, I
I'm telling
mean,
you.
we kind of set RW up with a couple alphas, and we tried to get him to do a couple things, right, in the ISK generation department, and just found it hideously difficult. Wouldn't you agree, RW?
Oh, it was crazy. Once you get in there and you find out how much you're actually limited as an alpha clone. I mean, as far as ships you can fly, the skills that you can use, I mean, you can't do jack squat as an alpha clone.
So you can't jump into your Rorqual in a safe system with excavator drones and make 500 mil in a couple hours.
Nah, that'd be a negative Ghost Rider.
What's a Rorqual?
You know what a Rorqual is. You're out there with me today, RW.
I do now, yeah.
An interesting thing that we did do with his alpha clone is, while he couldn't anchor, a pause or any of the stuff related to the pause, he could use them and run them. So we actually set one of his alphas up with a pause and has him running reactions. So if you can get somebody else to set up a pause and you're an alpha, you can run reactions out the wazoo.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to lead to is even though as an alpha clone you can still get into nullsec, you can run fleets with the big boys. There's a lot of alliances out there. They are perfectly fine with you being in an alpha clone and get into fleets. They have special fleets for those, so it's no problem there. But if you're in high sec and you don't really know a whole lot of people, you're a new player, fairly new to the game, but you want to make a lot of ISK and be able to plex your account and keep playing, get to that Omega clone level, find somebody and get in a corp that maybe has some towers in low sec somewhere and see if you can get some of these reactions going. You can make some very good ISK doing that stuff.
Yeah. Magnus Lord said, "Oh God, alpha clones doing pause stuff." Magnus, it's just like a whole bunch of newbies that we can just rope in to do massive reaction farms for us. Can you imagine that?
So what about when that changes?
Reaction slaves.
Well, there's two things on that, right? So the question is, how will they change it? And we're not talking about moon mining. We're just talking about running the reaction.
Yeah, but it's all going to shift into the drilling platforms, right? And then I don't know exactly how they're going to do it because now they postponed it again. But it's definitely going to be a more active thing. So you might be even more benefiting from having all those extra man hours from alphas. And that makes perfect sense to me that they are workers and consumers.
Say that again, Caleb.
Quite well.
What was the last piece?
It makes perfect sense that the alphas are primarily labor and consumers, right? So they are consuming all our goods. Of course, someone will need to bankroll it, but that's going to be up to politics and what aggression level can they actually participate in and stuff like that. But it makes perfect sense to me. It's really good for the economy.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things I was trying to figure out through RW, right? We're trying to set them up. We said, RW, if you wanted to plex an account and you started as an alpha, how can we get you making enough ISK in the game to do that, right? And we were looking at different ways to do it. And what we came to figure out is without help, a lot of help, there's no way an alpha can do it.
No way.
Well, they can always do the what is it? 10,000 ISK to 1 billion in 1 day challenge.
Yeah, but it's still just really hard. Eventually, I mean, without help, salvaging, we did that, and I think you were doing pretty good bank salvaging in nullsec, right, RW?
Let's say on an average, a couple hours of salvaging, you can make 60 to 80 million, easy.
Yeah, but but trying to convert that into 1.1 billion or just over a billion ISK for Plex, that'd be hard.
What you would have to do is, again, find yourself a nullsec alliance to get into that allows alpha clones, which most of them do nowadays.
Yeah.
And you get those guys out there in your corp that are just ratting every day, a couple hours a day, and get out there in a little destroyer, salvaging destroyer, and just follow them around, drop an MTU in there, and just start going to town on it.
I think an alpha that specializes and scales his operation would be very effective and can easily get to the level where they flex, whether they go into salvaging or they start low-end industry stuff, especially now. And of course, if you go into trading, it's going to be very easy, but that's a very specialist area. But I think it's about specialization. And I would be very sad if it was not forcing them to specialize to be able to do that, because then they would break the economy.
Yeah, I mean, basically what we came up with, Caleb, was without help, this was really hard to do. And Lustrieve wants you to go scam somebody in Jita.
Oh, unless you come in with a very specific goal and you want to do, say, one thing.
Yeah, but most people don't want to do just one thing in Eve, right?
Do you know the
I think you're damaged from having played for too long.
Do you know the really heartbreaking kind of thing about that whole scenario? Is like most nullsecers now are not ratting their mining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a work well, ratting's still where it's at, but yeah.
Well, it's like Magnus Lord said. The normal path is start salvaging, and then you can work your way into a Vexor Navy issue, and then going up to Ishtars, and that's just about the road that I'm on right now. Is working my way up towards the Vexor.
Can you do an Ishtar as an alpha?
No,
I didn't think so.
No.
I would like to see some of the all this scamming thing being so easy, because I think it's become very difficult to do proper scamming unless you're really getting very soft targets. Because now they're commenting on it in the chat again. Most of the old tricks and the old Monties and stuff like that, they've been nerfed, and it's not that easy. You have to do social engineering. And then it's not really easy anymore. And not everyone can do that.
Right. Yep. It's a little tough.
Of course, if you have teachers, it becomes easier.
Yeah, and Magnus, remember, we're talking specifically about getting an alpha clone to the point where they can get that money to get that first Plex and move on. I think really the help in running the reaction, probably RW, is really bringing in the most ISK for you.
Yeah, it is. And doing those reactions and being able to get out there, on a regular basis. I go out there every morning, empty out the silos, check, how much fuel is left in the POS, and then, go back to the station, run over to HiSec, switch to my HiSec, Jita, alt, and, check prices on stuff. If I got the ISK, I'm buying more stuff off the market, doing buy orders, and just constantly keeping that cycle going back and forth, every couple of days.
Yeah, because you didn't have enough money to buy a lot of stuff. And by the way, we just kind of funded him a tower to see and started him out and let him go from there. But I think he's making some ISK and it's pretty good. Hey, we've got about 10 minutes left because we started so late. I see Betty B is in the house with us. How you doing, Betty B?
What's up? What's happening?
How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
We are going to talk a little H1Z1 today. I have not been there that much the last couple days. Probably need to repair my base.
What's it called?
H1Z1, Just Survive.
Never
played that. You've played it, Gommel. Betty's House of Pancakes is open for business. McLeod's been there.
It's good.
Zarker, I think, is the Eve
only
master,
taking
by
sugar
the way.
for payment.
Sugar for payment? Sugar for pancakes.
Is there actually like some kind of feud between 7 Days and H1Z1?
Like
I'm actually curious about this.
Like the Imperium people?
No, between the two different player bases, I guess.
Or companies, or like the actual communities.
There is. Who cares? I just want to play a good
game.
Because
I've never either been like, unhappy with either product, really, to be honest. So like, if there is, then it's completely artificial.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, there's not.
Right on.
Yeah, I just enjoy both games. But it seems like the Imperium is going strong, Betty.
Yes,
Wow.
it is. Quite well, actually.
We've been as with a lot of multiplayer games, player versus player multiplayer games specifically. You tend to get those groups that use software hacks and stuff like that. But we've been battling a group that a Malaysian group actually that has been using software hacks against us, and it has been going successfully. They've most of their bases have been gutted, and all of their stuff has either been removed and replaced in and put into our stuff, or been dropped down and despawned.
Nice.
And only today we randomly came across a group of 30-something Chinese guys, and we socially engineered them to basically go and annihilate this clan that we've been fighting.
Nice.
And they haven't logged on since. They literally have not logged on since.
Wow.
Like
Kind of
all the way
quiet.
through their
Kind of nice.
all the way through their prime time. Yeah, they haven't logged in, not once.
So you're gonna go take all their stuff?
Yeah, well, we've been doing the last little bit of clear up.
That's nice. That's nice.
We've got most of their stuff. We've got we probably boomed and removed close to 10,000 rounds of ammo and that kind of thing. So
Wow,
yeah.
that's a shit ton of ammo with the way ammo is now.
Yeah, but most large groups tend to have around about sort of around those kind of level of ammo, but they're not exactly large, and we're not exactly that large either. So it's a fairly significant amount of ammo.
I wish a game like this would actually leave alpha development one of these days.
Oh yeah. Well, I think they're really pushing on the Just Survive side to get it out of alpha. If I'm reading the tea leaves right with the development team and the stuff that they've been doing, I like what they've been doing in H1, Just Survive.
Coming from an EVE player, that's ironic. We're 14 years into what, beta at best.
That's what I've always been telling people as well. It's if you're making a persistent online kind of sandbox game, does it really come out of beta?
Exactly.
Because you're constantly because if you look at the definition of a beta, what beta means in terms of product software development, it basically means you're still building core functionality, like the core kind of features of the game. And when it comes to a large sandbox game that's persistent, you're always redeveloping it. You're not getting, we're not into EVE Online 3 or EVE Online 4 or EVE Online 5 like Final Fantasy 15 or something.
Sounds like a good idea for an article. Plug.
I'm still waiting for walking in stations. I don't know where the hell that is.
That cantina, man.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Cantina. The cantina.
That's just, it has to be playing in the cantina constantly. It's on loop.
So in T-Tac-J, where kind of some of us hang out on occasion in Delve, we do have the cantina in Stripatorium, because TJ, we call it Tijuana, or Tijuana actually. So
there you go.
we love it. We also have a donkey show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you perform in that?
No. We go into wormholes and kidnap wormhole people and make them perform.
How do you kidnap
That's
wormhole
for me.
people? Because they just go like, oh really? You're gonna ransom me? Okay, self-destruct. Have fun.
No, we've had our fun with some wormhole people when we were up in Branch. It was good. Hey, and one of the things I want to hit for the last 5 minutes. It's an Eve thing again. And Zarker's just perfect if he's still here and talking.
I am.
So Zarker tried to play Eve a long time ago in a galaxy far away, probably in a wormhole. And we sucked him in from H1Z1, and he still plays H1Z1 and everything too with us. He's just an Imperium guy now. But we brought him into Goons, and we said, we're here to help you, but he doesn't really need a lot of help. And I think in a couple weeks, how many weeks was it before you were carrier ratting, Zarker?
I think it was about a month and a half, and I ended up befriending one of the old Eve players that used to be the leader of the H1Z1 crew, and
you can say his name,
Spanx, and he ended up offering me one of his alts that could do capital ships, that he just used, to pretty much just hold a bunch of stuff. He's like, hey, I'm probably never gonna get back into it, so if you want, I can transfer it to you. Just pay for the transfer fee, and it was the best $20 I've ever spent because I got a character with 90 million skill points. And after that happened, man, it just, the sky's the limit in this game if you got a character that can do a lot of the fun, cool stuff. And I don't know, from my experience, because I tried to get into Eve, probably 3 different times, like you said, but every time you do it, if you don't really know what you're doing, you're like, oh, this is fun, because who doesn't want to fly around spaceships and blow people up and, and live in space? And I ended up quitting each time because there just was not content there. There was not content creators, or like the last time I played, that group of guys, scammed us for Plex. They had this big scheme that, if you give us these Plex, I'm going to get a ratting carrier in nullsec and be able to buy you all characters that can fly carriers. So I'm like, oh, what? $15, no big deal. Here you go. Yeah, I still haven't found that guy, but I'm looking for him.
Yeah, he's gone.
He won Eve long ago, right?
That I've been having.
But now, like the biggest thing is I am a goon now, through and through till the death. And from playing with other people, when you come into like EVE Online and you get in with Goon Swarm, there is just an incredible amount of resources and great people, taking care of stuff. I mean, it makes the game just 1,000 times better. And so like you hear like all those people like fuck goons and stuff. It's like they really like goons is like a family, and they take care of their own. It's pretty great.
That is true. That is true. Bunker never stayed long enough to realize that. So he's go back
I don't know, Eric.
Pussy little wormhole group.
C5 Pulsar, bro. You're just jealous.
No, not really.
To be honest, although like since the raw call kind of boost and all that, I'm not entirely certain who's actually making more bank. People in wormholes doing their usual wormhole stuff, or people who are running raw calls.
Yeah, I haven't been on in like 6 months, so I've kind of actually unsubbed for a bit. I'm just going back to it. But
are you sure they're still in the wormhole? You sure all your ships are still there?
No, they're still there. I checked.
Okay.
Let's say one thing, like I've been making billions of this doing 10 out of 10s. Once I finally got a rattlesnake fitted to do it, I mean, it's fucking awesome.
I miss the old days of C5.
See, by the way, Zarker is RW's mentor for his ratting future. So do what Zarker.
Remember, sticking with the pointy end.
I think it's, and by the way, I do think, the Imperium, and we got to go in about 60 seconds here. I do think it's interesting that, Zarker, you played with Imperium in H1Z1, you played Eve and your own elsewhere. And then we said, hey, if you want to play, we'll bring you into Goons. We know who you are. Same with RW. We did the same thing. We know who you are. Come on in. We want you to enjoy the game. And any game the Imperium plays, be it 7 Days, Atlas Reactor, H1Z1, even the Archage guys, the Eve folks, the goal of people that you play with is to have fun with a bunch of guys. Same as the show. Come in here and have fun, right? Talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I'm looking at the chat there, right? There's a question there for you that you'll let you respond to, Zarker. It's just, play a couple video games, have fun. It's like, guys that go out and golf or play softball in the summer, whatever, go have some fun. So hopefully more people just join up with all the games. You don't have to play with the Imperium in EVE to play Imperium and Atlas Reactor, right?
I actually just had someone ask me if the Atlas Reactor team was exclusive to Goons because he had a friend that he'd been playing with. And I'm like, dude, bring them along. The people I've been recruiting, I mean, they're Goons, not Goons yet, but they're Goons now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, be part of it.
Magnus Lord, to answer your question, yeah, you can absolutely do them easy in a Rattlesnake. The problem is, it has to be a bling fit. So like my Rattlesnake's like 1.8 bill. I tried the first time to do.
What system do you rat in? Can you let everybody know?
Only 1.8? Come on,
I don't rat in that.
Come out to Wormhole Space to see some real bling.
Yeah. But yeah, so like the first one I tried was with a Rattlesnake that was probably just around 1 billion fit, and like I was like, yeah, well, I don't think I need that Corpus X type Pith X. That's just a bunch of bull crap.
Yeah, that didn't really work for you, did it?
Like, no, I tried faction stuff, and I went into the final room in the 10 out of 10, and by the time my macro jump drive was almost off cooldown, it popped me, and I was just depressed.
Yeah, I remember that day. You were a little depressed. Alrighty, guys. That's it for today. We gotta I think Dodd comes up next or somebody. I'm not sure who, but we definitely.
Yeah, I gotta get back to salvaging here. Let's go.
Get back to salvaging. I gotta get that Rorqual back out. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. I do appreciate everybody coming for the show. And next year or next week, hopefully, XSplit and Discord will have their little, problems worked out. They were not happy today from a technical perspective. So that's about it. We'll see you later. Thanks, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.